Hey, welcome back. I'm Turbo. Yes, this is Turbo Talk. I decided to go ahead and just make episode 2. I'm not sure if that's considered an update, but I will give you the information. Alright, so episode 2 of Who is Turbo? Alright. So here we are. I'm sitting here at Homestead or the Earthship, and I just think that the next one would be to talk about my athlete, or being an athlete, right? Okay. But this one's got to be many movies deep, or many episodes deep, so this is just the introduction to that. So even though it's episode 2, and that's why I'm not sure if it's considered an update or not, but nonetheless, episode 2 is going to be Turbo as an athlete. Okay, so here we go. I don't know. I was actually just a very, very small boy, but I had all kinds of energy, I guess, and all kinds of, I don't know, abilities to do things. And so on the basketball court, I was the last one picked. And maybe not the last one because nobody wanted me to be the last one, because on baseball and football, I was always right up in there. I got picked. This is a neighborhood, you know, we would get together. We would get together just about every day in the summertime, all of us kids. There must have been 20 kids that would get together right next door. It was the Blythes house, their yard. And we would play football, basketball, baseball year round. In fact, my dad got so angry at me one year because I chose to play baseball, a game that when we were supposed to practice motocross. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget when my dad's gotten angry at me. But nonetheless. So, it started there, you know, and then I learned to love baseball, and Dad practiced with me. That was one thing that Dad played with me, and so I was out there every day with my glove when he came home, and he would throw until I got out of control and, you know, and couldn't do it right, and then he would quit. And so, but nonetheless, but that led into, I played on 3 different baseball teams. Yeah, on one given different year, and I actually played on a lot of baseball teams over the years, and that was my first, you know, club team sport outside of the neighborhood. And of course, everybody knew that I could run fast and catch the ball, so I was picked first on football. I could outrun everybody and I could catch the ball. So my team always won. Nonetheless, yeah, so I moved around a little bit, and then so I went to, short story fast, all right. I went to Earlville schools my freshman year. I wanted to play football, and they said that I couldn't play football because I just moved in there and they've been practicing, whatever. So, but we wasn't sure we were going to stay there, so the next year we moved back to Ottawa, and the same thing happened again. Except for this coach said, all right, he goes, our kids have been practicing 6 weeks, you're a transfer. You know, if you want to sit on the bench for 2 weeks and watch what goes on in practice, we'll let you practice this year so you can play next year. I thought, all right, well, if that's how I got to get to play football, I was pretty damn good at it, actually. Number 1 pick in the neighborhood, anyway. Never had it any other where. Nowhere else did I play football. Except for one time we got into some kind of rugged kind of football with somebody. I mean, this was actually dangerous. This is where you get killed kind of football. But I got involved with something like that later on in life, and we won't even talk about that. It wasn't athleticism. So I sat there for 1 full week. A sophomore in high school at Ottawa High School. I sat on the bench watching the football field, just like the coach told me that I needed to do to get on the team. And then, lo and behold, the cross-country coach's assistant was my social science teacher. And he asked me if I could stick around for just a minute after class. And so when the class was dismissed, and I go up there, and he goes, I saw you sitting over on the football bench. And he goes, what are you doing? And I told him, I said, well, I'm trying to get on the football team. He goes, well, why don't you come and run cross country? And I said, well, I can't run. No. I tried it in I think 5th or 6th grade or 4th grade or whatever. They tried to put me in an 880. That was 8 laps around a 220 track, or no, it was 4 laps around a 220 track. Yeah, and I died. I never made it. I was a sprinter. I was fast. So anyway, I told this guy. I told him, I said, yeah, this is my teacher. I told him, I said, I'm on the football bench because I want to play football. I'm actually pretty good at it. And I just moved here, and this is what the rules were. And he goes, well, just why don't you come run cross country? And I said, what do you got to do? And he goes, well, it doesn't matter. He goes, if you can't run the whole way, just walk a little bit, but just whatever. We just, come on out and join the team. I said, well, can I participate right away? Oh, yeah. So I went out. My sophomore year was kind of a failure. I did a lot of walking. I want you to know I did a lot of walking. My junior and senior year, I was varsity, and I actually, was part of a pretty good cross-country team. We did a lot. And actually, my senior year, I actually ran a 5K on the road, streets. But I ran a 5K on the streets in the summertime, a 16:48. Yep, that's my fastest. Yep, that's it. I never broke 16, I don't believe. So anyway, all right, I'm going to make this short because I know I'm running out of time, but I just wanted to share